Hi guys, welcome back to 360 Sports. We're talking college football today. I'm Harlyn, joined with Jack, Brennan, and Gemma. What else to get started than Penn State football? The most surprising thing we have seen, they fired their head coach, James Franklin. Should Franklin have been fired, or did we make a mistake? And who's going to replace him? Gemma, do you want to start?
You know, I actually did not think this day was going to happen. I feel like everyone's been joking about this for like 8 years now.
Right.
I feel like this has been the common trend, but, you know, he came into the program at the worst time ever, and he did a lot for us. I'll give him credit where credit's due. Like, he really helped put Penn State back on the map and back on top. You can't lose to Oregon in double overtime at your own home field in a whiteout. You can't lose to UCLA. You can't lose to Northwestern. So I think it was time. I'm hoping Matt Rule maybe could be the coach. It'd be a great storyline. I don't know if he'll be the best coach to win. I'm hoping Missouri coach Drinkwitz, because I think he would be a really good fit, and maybe he'll bring Bo Prabula back. Maybe he'll bring the goat back home.
I could see where you're coming from. I think once it got as toxic as it did here, where it's like you're going in your own stadium, you're getting booed.
He's lost the fans. He's lost the fans.
Fire Franklin chants were heavy on that whiteout.
Mm-hmm. And once you lose your fans in your own stadium, I mean, there's got to be a change of leadership. But I think to do what you did to him and what he did for this program mid-season, I don't think that's the time to do it. I mean, looking in the eyes of a collegiate athlete, you lose not just your coach, because a lot of these kids came here just for Franklin. You use a mentor. I don't know, they're directionless going to this rest of the season. I mean, I get it, because you got to rebuild now. You know who's decommitting. You know who's not going to be here next year. But, I mean, I think it's harsh on him, man.
Well, I don't think there was a direction to begin with our being out. I don't think it changes a whole lot whether he's here or not. Yeah, he led this team from a really dark place to where they are now. But they came into this season hoping to be a national title contender. They're going to be lucky to be playing in the Boca Raton Bowl. I mean, they might win 6 games. It's probably going to be around 5.
That's where I get it. Like, I think I'm a bit biased because I love Franklin. He's a good dude.
And the recruits loved him. Like, again, you said people came in for here. He's personal with his players. He's a good coach. They want to play for him. And I think them leaving, like, no wonder the recruits are leaving. Like, we expected that. And I know now I kind of understand why they had to fire him midseason, just to kind of see and start rebuilding now. But who's replacing him?
This is the best job that's going to happen all year. Like, we have all the NIL. I mean, we have a revamped stadium coming up. We have this legacy, like Penn State football. But like, I would love Signetti, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think he's literally on the cusp of a national championship. He's not going to leave
I think he's too big for us. I think the next step he takes is to the NFL, if he takes that.
Yeah.
I like Matt Rule a lot. I mean, he's a hometown guy. He played here. Manny Diaz, maybe I've been saying.
I would love Manny Diaz.
I like Manny Diaz.
I don't know how good Manny Diaz is, though. That's the thing.
He was at Miami. He was not the best at Miami. He could win a big game at Miami. But
now at Duke, though, he went his first year was
3-9.
I really like him.
9-4.
He is like, he's a player's coach. Like, I feel like the players really loved him when he was here.
And he was our defensive coordinator. And so I think just coming back, the fans know who he is, the coaches know who he is. I think that could be really valuable for the players.
My one take with Matt Rule, that was my early prediction when the news broke that Franklin was getting fired. Let's see how Ethan Grunkmeyer does this season. Let's say it's not great. Could you see a world where Dylan Raiola comes with Matt Rule next season?
But that's what I'm saying. Drinkwitz, he could bring back Bo. You need an experienced quarterback coming in. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can have my starting quarterback named Grunkmeyer. I don't know if I can do that.
Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, you got a whole season figured out right now.
The last time a backup for Penn State played in Kinnick Stadium was Taquan Roberson, and I don't even want to remember that game because I still have PTSD from that game.
It's going to be a long, long, long year. It's going to be a long rest of the year.
I really like Terry Smith, though.
I like Terry Smith, too.
I really
He's
like
perfect
him.
for the interim head coach.
I love him.
Everyone in that building loved him. I think he was what he said in that post conference was that he just wants the back. This is like Penn State has to play very well, and they have to put that on their back. And I think he's a great coach for the rest of the season.
I think one guy, if like we're naming head coaches right now, I think I really like Ohio State's offensive coordinator Brian Hartline.
I've seen
if
that
they
name,
went like under the radar and trying to get someone to be the next guy, I think Hartline could be that guy. But I don't know if you.
Can you imagine if we get a Buckeye as our head coach?
We got a Buckeye as our DC right
now. And he didn't do it much. He didn't do very much.
I know.
I've also seen Joe Brady's name get like bounced around, the offense coordinator for the Bills, who was a grad assistant for James Franklin like 10 years ago.
I think his next step is the NFL head coach though too. I think he might be a head coach in the NFL next. I don't know. I like Rule a lot.
But let's keep moving on with the Big Ten. Indiana just defeated Oregon at Oregon, one of the hardest places to play in, and they closed Oregon's 8-win home streak. Can Indiana shock this year and make a playoff run, even Big Ten championship, that national championship? What do you think for this Indiana team?
I mean, I don't think it'll be a shock. I mean, maybe this Oregon game was, but I mean, this whole season they've dominated everyone they played. They only won by 10 against Oregon. They dominated them. I mean, it was
easy for Oregon.
It was a butt whooping. Fernando Mendoza, he is that guy. He looks like he's going to be a Heisman finalist. I mean, this team, they're fast, physical, and their toughest game the rest of the regular season is USC. I mean, they're probably going to make.
Hey, they play here.
Right, but right now it's looking like it's going to be Ohio State, Indiana, the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, it looks like,
and that's very much earned.
It looks like Indiana's going to make it undefeated, and then even if they lose that game to Ohio State, they'll probably get a first round bye.
100%.
So then you only have to win 2 games to get to the national championship. I don't think it'll be much surprise if they make it at all.
They'll be playing in the Big Ten championship for the 1 seed in the national football playoff. This team is so balanced. I mean, they do it on offense. Signetti is unbelievable. To do what he's done it for Indiana in a 2 year, nobody's ever done this before in college football.
It's not easy to win the Big Ten either.
No, and for 2 years, Signetti has come in this team and he's turned them a real national championship contender. I don't know. Ohio State didn't do this in Oregon last year. To win in Oregon, it's special.
By double digits, too.
And it felt like more than 10. I mean,
they were dominant that whole game.
Yeah,
they made Dante Moore look unsettled for the first time this season. I mean,
I'd love to see it, too.
This team's unbelievable. There's an argument to be made they're the second best team in the country. I think putting them at 3 is rightfully deserved right now, but they could very easily be the 1 seed heading into the playoff.
I agree.
I think their front 7 has been nasty all season, forcing turnovers and just being a really good defensive, and I think that has won them the games.
Yeah, I agree.
And so let's go into another undefeated team. Texas Tech is 6-0 on the season. Do we think they have a chance to win the Big 12 over teams like BYU and Cincinnati? Like, tell me what you're thinking for this Texas Tech team.
I think they're the clear favorite in the Big 12 right now. They killed Utah with their backup quarterback earlier in the year. I think their defense has been insane, too. They just lost one of their big guys on the D-line, though. I did see that, but I don't think it matters. They play Arizona State this weekend. It might be a test, but I think Big 12's theirs. They're welcome.
Arizona State's lost 2 games too. I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think BYU is the second favorite, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
But even they just won in double overtime at Arizona. They've looked shaky all year.
Right.
Texas Tech plays them later. That's their toughest game. I think they're a lock to make the conference championship. And this conference, it's usually kind of a crapshoot with who wins. You saw Arizona State do it last year, but I think right now they should be the far and away favorite.
And last year we saw BYU was this good last year, but we saw them slip up later in the season, so I feel like BYU is going to slip up.
I think so too, and I think they have balance on both sides. They can win easily, but they also can play in the trenches and win those games when they need it to be. They really do play with the all gas, no brakes. That coach is really going down on them, and you can definitely see that in their game. And so now let's move on to our board segment. So there's 12 teams in the college playoffs. One squad will not come from a Power 4 conference, a group of 5. Who do you think is going to get that last playoff spot? I think Jack, you start first. Yeah.
All right. So my group of 5 today is, I think Memphis is going to take it today. Take it to the college football playoff. Okay, there we go. Memphis. As of today, they stand undefeated in the American, I think, and I think American is far away going to have the college football pick this year. Sorry. Memphis, they play South Florida in a couple of weeks, who is the other team up there in the American. I really like Memphis to win. I think they're at home versus South Florida. South Florida just knocked off North Texas. Memphis, I mean, if you win the American, you're going to be in the college football playoff this year, and I think they're going to be the team in the conference championship. There we go. Stuttering a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're going to make the conference championship. It's just a matter of
if they can beat.
I think whoever wins that conference is probably going to come.
That's a hard conference play, and I
I'm
definitely see
literally going the team right
South
under
Florida.
you. I'm going with South Florida. Literally, like you're saying, they play Memphis next weekend. I think whoever wins that game is going to kind of show who's going to go in the playoffs. They had a really good win against Florida, which looks better now just because Florida pretty much blew out Texas. And they did have a loss to Miami, but that's losing to the top 3 team. So I really think it's really shocking that if USF can beat Memphis, I really think that they can have a shot at the playoffs. I think it would be really cool to see at the playoffs because it's not a team that you would normally expect to be in that 12-team playoff. So I'm rooting for USF. Sorry, I'm not rooting for Memphis.
They started off hot this season.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
It looked like they were going to be the team of destiny. They were going to make it outright, not even as the group of 5 team. But I'm going to stick with kind of the theme of teams that play Memphis. We're going with Tulane.
Okay.
They play Memphis on November 7th. I think that game could very well decide who the Group of 5 team is. Their quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, BYU transfer. He's leading the team in passing and rushing. He has been great to start the season. They have 2 Power 4 wins over Northwestern and Duke. I think that Memphis game could be deciding who is the Group of 5 team. Their only loss in the year is to Ole Miss. Yeah, they got crushed, but Ole Miss is a top 5 team. I think if Tulane can beat Memphis on November 7th, they could pretty easily be the Group of 5 team.
I think that Ole Miss loss, they can't really focus on that because they're a great team.
I was going to say, when you're looking at the Group of 5 teams,
It's a justified loss.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
that can't be much of a blemish on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, on their resume.
I'm going to kind of do something a little different. My Group of 5 team is none other than Boise State. I know Penn State beat them last year in that playoffs, but I think we're going to see a different type of Boise State in these playoffs. They are 4-2. Those 2 losses coming from South Florida and Notre Dame. And Notre Dame has always been a good team, so I think that loss can't really hone on that. I think their quarterback, Maddox Menson, he doesn't make those little mistakes. He's very consistent. He's not explosive, but he doesn't turn the ball over. I think that's what really needed if we want a Group of 5 to upset a Power 4 in the playoffs. I think their coach, he's more of a quieter coach, but he has that whole locker room behind him. He emphasizes on discipline, fast technique, and I think that's really great to see. They play UNLV, which is top of their conference this Saturday, so I think if they can upset them, the committee is going to have to look at them to be that last spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, UNLV is the top team in the Mountain West right now, but they're going to Boise State, I think. And I think that's going to be a tough game. I don't know how the committee's looking at the Mountain West.
I was going to say, what's rough for these Group of 5 teams, if you have 2 losses, you got to have a pretty darn good one on your resume.
It's gotta be
You have to be like a top 15 team.
Yeah, which is tough for their scheduling because a lot of teams, they don't play a team like that.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who that last one comes in. But now we're going to play who's real and who's fake. So we're going to play some professionals this time. We're going to see who teams are faking it and are kind of not really good, and who is the real deal, and who we can see in the playoffs. One is legit, one's a fraud. Who wants to start?
Do we want to do real first or fake?
Let's do real. Let's do real deal.
Okay. I was going to talk about like maybe Ohio State or Miami, but I think it's boring.
Okay.
Indiana.
Okay.
I think for the past couple years, for the past 2 years, people have been just like looking over Indiana, like where they come from. It's just Indiana. They beat Illinois by 60 points and nobody really cared. But Illinois is still a ranked team. They just walked into Oregon and beat Oregon, who was on an 18-game home streak in Eugene. Ohio State, we know how good Ohio State was last year. They didn't do that. Indiana is a real team this year. Mendoza is probably the favorite for Heisman now, right?
Yeah.
I would guess. He's the best quarterback in the nation. Signetti, they have an unbelievable staff. Indiana's a real team this year.
Ohio State didn't even put up that many points against Illinois last weekend.
And Indiana beat them by what, 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a hardened team now. You went into the playoff last year, you got crushed by Notre Dame, but it was an inexperienced team. It was a lot of Signetti's, James Madison guys. You got guys that have been around the block. I think if there's a year, this is the year.
Yeah, that was the problem last year where they couldn't go on the road and win. They just knocked off maybe one of the hardest road teams on the nation.
And I feel like people want to see Indiana. They want to see a new face, and I think they haven't been good these past couple of years. And I think people want to see them in the playoffs, if not the national championship.
Well, unless you're a Big Ten fan.
I personally dislike Indiana. It's hard for me to root for a Big Ten team, but I'll give credit where credit's due.
Well, yeah, but
it's hard. It's really hard for me to root for them. I'm so sorry. I'll give them credit where credit's due, though.
my legit team, Texas A&M. I mean, they just dominated a really good Florida team. I know the record doesn't indicate that, but Florida's played some really good teams.
I agree.
They went to the Swamp, beat them by, I think, 24. I think it was 34-10. They're winning against Notre Dame in week 2. It's looking a lot better now. It didn't look great at the time. Now Notre Dame, that's a top 15 team. You were able to beat them on the road. Marcel Reed, he might be the best quarterback in the country. He's probably the best quarterback in the conference. He'll probably be a Heisman finalist. I mean, 1,490 yards, 15 total touchdowns. They still need to play LSU, Missouri, and Texas on the road. I think they can win 2 out of 3 of those games. They'd have 1 loss heading into the playoff, and it's a place I wouldn't want to go. I wouldn't want to go to College Station to play a game. I wouldn't want to play the team, let alone go to Texas.
I'm a really big fan of Mike Elko too. I think he's done a really good job so far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be basic. I'm gonna say Miami. I feel like a lot of people had doubts about Carson Beck this year, and he went into that first game against Notre Dame and proved all his haters wrong.
Absolutely.
They've literally dominated every single game. I'm pretty sure they have 2 or 3 ranked wins under their belt.
Yeah, they have Florida State. They played someone earlier.
USF.
USF.
They played USF when they were
and then at Notre Dame. So you have 3 ranked wins, which is really hard to do in this day and age. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Miami to hopefully maybe make it to the Final Four, make it to the national championship. But I really think they've done a good job of being dominant and winning big games when they need to.
Yeah, I love their team.
A lot of guys in that team. It looks like they're like a different species of person. But what scares me a little bit is the Mario Cristobal November fall off that we see pretty much every year.
They are the same Miami as they were last year, and then you lose to Georgia Tech.
So that's the one thing that scares me. But this crop of a team, it just it feels different.
I agree. It doesn't feel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same as the Miami teams in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my redeal is Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin is an insane coach. He's so innovative, and he has his players back. I think they want to play for him. And they have these wide receivers that, with this new quarterback, because Jackson Dart obviously left, I think he has good people around him, so he's making less mistakes. And they went into that transfer portal, and they got good players. And just because they left, like, they really are into recruiting and we're looking at the future.
I hate to say this, but my fake team was Ole Miss. I hate to say this. I think they're the fake. Their only big win was LSU, and LSU's only big win was Clemson. So I don't know how good LSU is.
Yeah.
They only have played in one-score games right now. They barely beat Arkansas and Washington State. I have a love-hate relationship because I like Kiffin a lot. He's like so fun.
I like Kiffin, but I also think he's kind of a slimy coach, and he lets players fake injuries on the field. That's what I can't get past.
And I like their quarterback now, Chambliss. I really like them. But I think they're a bit fake. I'm sorry.
My fake team, we already talked about it. It's Oregon. I mean, you cannot let Indiana. I understand Indiana's legit. You can't let Indiana walk in there and beat you up. They didn't just beat them.
By 10 points.
They beat them up. That signature win, the signature win against Penn State, it's no longer that impressive. Yeah, it's a tough environment, but it took double overtime. Dante Moore, he finally looked human. He did not look composed against Indiana. That was kind of his thing. He went into the whiteout. He didn't make any mistakes. He looked very calm, cool, collected. He did not look that way. They only play USC the rest of the way. So they could, that's like the only.
USC's a really good team, too.
That's true. They could slip up in that game.
Yeah.
But assuming they win out, they'll be a one-loss team heading into the playoff. I think it could be another early exit like we saw last year.
I really hope so.
I think they're gonna get their stuff together. I think this is their first real test. I think they understand that.
All I'm saying is we played horrible in the first three quarters, and it went into overtime. They played great the first half. It was tied at 3-3. That's what I'm saying.
But then Oregon comes out, starts really hot, and they do this, and then this kind of second half they go.
But also they're making little mistakes. Like if his knee didn't graze the turf, that could have been a completely different game.
Right, exactly.
But I was gonna say, who have they played? Who's Oregon played?
I mean, coming into whiteout, I know we're not supposed to play. I understand what it is now.
Take Penn State out of it.
I know, but coming into a number 4 team in the 3 team at the nation.
Where Penn State, they did not play good for 3 quarters and 5 minutes. I mean, they did not play. And one play double overtime.
This is like Oregon last year. They played literally like one real team. It was Ohio State. They won barely because Will Howard doesn't know how to manage a clock. And then they lost. They got blown out by them.
The last thing I've seen from them is that they were playing at a place where they were virtually unbeatable, and they got beat pretty bad. So it's hard to wipe that from my memory right now, especially they only play USC the rest of the way. So unless they go out.
Is it at USC or is it at Oregon?
I believe it's at USC.
Okay,
I think it is.
Okay,
if they dominate that game, then maybe I'll change my tone a little bit, but I can't say they're legit right now.
I agree. My fake team, I'm so sorry, Oklahoma.
Really?
I
had a bad loss this weekend.
Yeah.
Really bad loss, and I thought John Mateer was supposed to be the guy, but I knew that if he was going to play, he wasn't going to probably play 100%. Their next, I think the remaining of their schedule, except for South Carolina, it's all ranked teams. They have to play Ole Miss, they have to play LSU, they have to play Missouri. They have to play a lot of ranked teams. So I think if they could win out, then I'll say they're legit. But I gotta wait and see.
So
and I feel like they played Texas, the worst Texas has been in a couple of years.
Well,
but Texas was fighting for a playoff spot
was a desperation
still.
game for them.
But still, you lose by double digits.
Yes, but it's a game Texas had to win. Mateer, he wasn't fully healthy. He did not look fully healthy. I don't think they'll play that bad again the rest of the year.
I think they'll beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be South
Carolina.
Yes.
But I don't know if they'll be Ole Miss. I don't know if they'll be
SEC
Missouri.
So
I don't know if they'll be. They have to play Bama. They have to play Bama.
Yeah, they'll lose another one, but then, 2 losses. I think that's still a
playoff.
Not playing in the SEC championship, that might help them.
But I don't know if they'll make it far in the playoffs, though.
No. If they make it their first round.
I'm as much of a John Mateer guy.
I love Mateer.
So it's hard to say that.
I can't get. I was on the John Mateer train. Now I'm off it.
He was injured.
He was hurt. Yeah, I can't. And it's still Texas is one of the best defenses in the country.
Yeah, it's still Texas.
Still.
Well, my fake team is Texas because I think they have some.
Don't do this to Arch, please.
Arch has not been playing
Arch
how
isn't
he should
the-
be
I
playing.
don't think Arch is the problem, though.
Okay,
isn't,
but
but he
you
hasn't
have
played
all
well.
this. You have all this NIL money. You have the Manning last name. Like you need to do well, and he's not doing it. And every year they have this hype, and it's kind of like Penn State. They can't capitalize on all these wins and all whoever you get in the transfer portal. It's the same boat. They lost to Florida unranked. They got them unranked like Penn State, and I think they just get in their own heads. They had to win that game for Oklahoma, and I think that got back in momentum. They are ranked, but I don't think they're going to a national championship this year.
I really like Steve Sarkisian, and I really want to root for Texas because I love Arch Manning. I think it depends how they play the rest of the season. If they really have that drive and that grit to try to make it
I
to
think
the
they could win
playoffs.
out.
Because that's what, like, a lot of these SEC teams that have 2 losses now, if
They're
they win
already
out,
done, yeah.
huh?
I think they're already done. Texas.
They might be, but if they win out, having 2 losses probably helps because you don't make the SEC championship, you don't have to play that
Right.
extra
Yeah,
game.
and it's not going to be
They're
the
not
SEC championship
winning out
where
in the
it's like
SEC.
I feel like but
Yeah,
it would be
but
better if
it's
you don't.
on the table.
It'd be better if you don't make the SEC championship because it could be a thing where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, if Texas
Yeah.
goes, they have to win it.
Right, and then
but
they're
I don't even think they're going to be in the
You don't think
conversation.
it's possible? You don't think
It's
it's possible they
possible.
win out?
Anything is possible. It's only October.
It is only October, but already 2 losses in the SEC in October.
Hey.
Yeah.
and one of those losses was to an
Ohio
unranked
State
team.
lost
Tough,
to 2
man.
people last year.
Okay.
Ohio State lost
Are
to
you
2
talking
Big
about
Ten
Florida,
teams.
the
Yeah.
unranked team? Florida's still a pretty good team.
Yes,
I understand
but
they're
I'm
unranked.
all about
They
numbers.
have a hard schedule. They have probably one of the hardest schedules in college football.
But
Yeah.
when it
That's
comes
the SEC.
when it comes time to make the playoff, they're gonna have the SEC bias. They're gonna look at the Florida game, and be like, well, that's a really good Florida team. So that's not as bad of a loss. I don't think they're fully done yet.
No, it's
No,
not done until
but-
they get that 3rd loss.
But it will come. They will get a 3rd loss in the SEC.
I think they just get in their own heads and they can't produce, and I think it's going to
I think Arch gets in his head sometimes too,
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
and that showed against Ohio State badly.
So I know we talked about last week's teams and all that. Let's talk about this Saturday. We're going to give our picks for the biggest games, a lot of ranked teams going against ranked teams. First, number 5 Ole Miss at number 9 Georgia. Who's winning this?
I'm gonna go with the apparently not legit Ole Miss. I mean,
You think Ole Miss is walking to Georgia and winning?
I think I saw Alabama do it, and I know that Ole Miss is about the same, I think, talent level as Alabama. Ole Miss had this was their one slip up. They always
Yeah.
have these slip up games, and it was against Washington State, and they were still able to win. I've already seen a team go into Athens and win. Georgia, I'm still not fully bought in. I'm going to go with Ole Miss.
I'm bought in because their coach is Kirby Smart. I'm bought in because of that.
I think they're a tough team, man. I think they're
I do
hard
too.
to beat.
And you know what? If
So
they
hard
had
to
beaten
beat.
Alabama and I was still convinced that Georgia could not lose at home, then I'd probably go with Georgia.
But you're talking
I've
about
seen
a
it happen.
really good Alabama team. Like
And
this
also,
Alabama-
I
That's a really good Ole Miss
think it's
team.
like a mental thing for Georgia when they play Alabama.
Yeah.
But I think Georgia is going to try to make up for that Bama loss, have a chip on their shoulder, and want to prove that they can win these big games. And I think they're going to
Georgia
own
also,
that.
they probably should have lost to Auburn. I mean, there was some
But
officiating.
Yeah, they
that's
came
the
back
thing,
and won.
But that's the thing, and they did against Tennessee too.
Yeah.
This is a hard.
This is
team
like
to
this is
beat,
like
man.
a Georgia team from last year. They had a loss, and then they had another loss,
This
and then they
also
played
wasn't-
for their spot
But
in
this
the playoffs.
wasn't a normal game. There was officiating controversies. I won't go too deep into it.
That's
but
what-
That doesn't matter.
It
That doesn't matter.
undeniably-
In the SEC
it
this year,
undeniably was a huge
No,
factor
yeah,
in the game.
Yeah, I hate to see that. It's been all year in the SEC. The SEC refs have been actually
Yeah.
really bad this year. Like you got to get someone capable at the job to call a game at that level, and it costs them. I like Georgia. Georgia's my pick.
I like Georgia too.
But Ole Miss can easily score, but I think Georgia has those, like their red zone defense has been really
So you're
working well
you're
for
going
them.
Georgia?
I'm going
If
Georgia.
I'm
all
going
the
by the
way.
better coach,
Alright.
I'm going to pick Georgia. They have the better coach.
All right. Coaches aren't on the field.
I think just Georgia's going to edge it out.
All right.
I think Georgia's going to edge it out.
We'll go. All right. All right, fine.
So let's go to number 20 USC at number 13 Notre Dame, a rivalry game. Who do you guys have?
USC.
Really?
USC.
On the other side.
I'm going Notre Dame.
I'm going
Yeah.
Notre Dame too. I think
No.
Notre Dame figured it out.
Yeah,
and I
they're-
don't think this Notre Dame's offense is legit. USC played really good last week against Michigan, but CJ Carr's offense I think is one of the top in the country. They shouldn't be 13 Notre Dame, but I think they're going to be.
They've won their last 3 games by 3 scores or more. I mean,
That's insane.
they're absolutely rolling right now. USC,
Yeah.
I think they mainly won because that was coaching malpractice by Sherman Moore in Michigan. Just could not adjust. USC absolutely dominated them on the ground. They're not going to be able to do that against Notre Dame.
100%.
I will never bet against Marcus Freeman. I think he's a great coach.
I will.
But I think
This
he
year,
has
I
it.
might bet against him a little bit.
I mean, we've already
Be
seen
smart
it
to
twice.
bet against him,
We've
yeah.
already seen 2 games where you can bet
No,
against
I'm
them.
not.
But I think going into Notre Dame is going to be a tough game for USC. USC looked really good against Michigan.
I was
but
going to say, what's the USC?
I'm shocked. I'm like, I can't believe I'm even rooting for USC because I hate USC normally. I don't know. I just don't know if I can even get behind CJ Carr. And I know it was the first couple of games that I watched, and I was impressed by him, but
the offense wasn't the problem in those first
I
couple
know,
games.
but still, I just can't get behind Notre Dame. I just don't think that they're going to do it.
All right.
I just don't
Okay.
think they are.
All right.
I think this defense is back.
Yeah.
They held
I think the whole
Boise
team's
State
back.
7. They held whoever they played last week to 7 too. I think this defense is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good again, and then this offense is lights out. So I
Yeah.
think they're gonna take it.
I think they've been in big games before, and this is a rivalry game, so I think it's easy for others to get in their heads, but they have to prove themselves every time, especially with those losses early in the season. And I think they're going to come into this with heads in the game, and I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Notre Dame will come out on top.
Yeah.
So now let's go number 11, Tennessee, at number 6, Alabama.
I like Alabama. That's what
Bama.
I'm gonna say right now.
Ty
Yeah.
Simpson's
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah, they
Ty
walked
Simpson's
in.
legit.
Ahmad Hardy's a monster, and they stuffed him in the second half, and they made Bo, who we love Bo. I love Bo. We
No,
all
but
love
you're right.
Bo.
Ahmad Hardy is like insane.
And they stuffed him,
yeah.
and they made Bo play, and Bo made a couple bad mistakes.
Yeah.
Kind of. But Alabama looked really good. And Ty Simpson's a monster.
Yeah.
I was
They-
gonna say I was on the show last week.
Yeah.
I was picking between Alabama and Missouri, and I said one team has Ty Simpson and the other
Mm-hmm.
team does not. I'm gonna go with Ty Simpson, and he proved me right. So I can't pick against him now.
They figured it out. Tyson has
yeah.
like figured it out, and I
Yeah.
think he's been playing really, really, really good.
I'm going to give the upset. I like Tennessee. I think Bama has been solid in the past year. I want to take the underdog. I want to see these good games. And I just think they're in their heads. And I think I was deciding between if my fake was going to be Bama because I really don't believe in this team. I think Tennessee, it's only it's 11-6. I think Tennessee's going to get it.
Alabama concerns me on the ground a little bit. They can't run the ball yet. I still don't think they can
But they
really
still
run
got
the
Ty
ball.
Simpson, so
But
I
they
don't
do
really
have
care.
Ty Simpson.
I don't care if they can run the
And
ball
that
or
passing
not.
attack, to do what they're doing, and Ryan Williams didn't even get a touch last game. Like
Yeah.
it's
He's been such a flop this season. It makes me really upset.
yeah. Caden Proctor, I like Caden Proctor. They're using him in interesting
Yeah.
ways now. They got him on the goal line. Yeah, I like Alabama in this one.
I think just Tennessee's defense is going to give Bama a run for its money. But that's just...
It's a good watch.
Okay, let's talk about number 23 Utah, number 15 BYU, the Utah Bowl.
This is hard. I feel like both teams are kind of struggling. Yes,
Yeah.
BYU won last weekend. Barely, though. Barely.
Yeah, this is a big game in the Big 12 because Texas Tech is a clear favorite, but this is the one where who's gonna rival Texas Tech going into the rest this year.
I'm not confident in BYU,
I'm
but
not either.
I'm even less confident in Utah.
I think BYU is
so
gonna win. I'm not confident
I'm
either.
going with
I agree.
BYU. I've never been able to look at Utah and think they are going to definitively win a game.
I think the only reason BYU is higher right now is because they haven't played Texas Tech yet. I think
Yeah.
Utah's a better team. I think Utah's gonna win.
Oh.
That's my
Oh, the upset.
Oh.
That's my whole
Okay.
statement.
I don't think we've all agreed on a pick.
No, I like BYU. I know I'm into upsets, but I think BYU is just a better team. And I think it is a big game, but I know BYU struggled a little last week, but I think they're just going to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in BYU too. It's in.
I was gonna say all these games we talked about. I'm confident in both the teams. I'm not confident in either team in this
No.
game.
No.
I don't really think Utah should be ranked personally, but that's just the.
Yeah.
I think,
Me too.
but BYU has been good, and I think it's just they're 23. It doesn't really matter.
I think it depends how BYU plays. You win in overtime. You're either going to play amazing or you're going to play stagnant like you did. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, that is all we have. It's been a great college football talk. Tune in tomorrow for more about other sports. I'm Harlyn, Jack, Brennan, Gemma. See you tomorrow.